They start on the ground here at Sanders. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It was Anthony Barr that time who got in there and made the play.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now we've got a third down and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On third down, they turn to Sanders. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Giving to the big tight end on fourth. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Christmas Eve here in 2022. A big slate today of Saturday games. But we will have, ready for this, a triple header of action on Christmas Day tomorrow. I think it's pretty safe to say we won't have a white Christmas in any of these places, however. We start with the Packers and Dolphins in Miami at 1 Eastern. Then you got the Broncos and Rams from Los Angeles. And then finally, the Bucs and Cardinals at 8:20 Eastern in the desert. Plus one more for good measure on Monday. Once the family's all gone back home and Grandma's puttered out of the house, grab the leftovers and sit back and watch the Chargers and the Colts from Indianapolis.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of running behind it. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well, they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
They're coming off a fourth down gamble that last drive that backfired CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they want to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on fourth down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
Bridgewater on first down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's got room. And he is out of bounds bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
The two big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. On the counter now, it's Sanders. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
These two teams had met earlier in the season in Philly with the Eagles winning that ball game. So they are gunning for the sweep here in Dallas.
A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. Short little throw to Ebron.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass.
They'll run with Sanders. And the D not yielding much there. Is only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Good work there. Hold them out on 1st down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2? Maybe even 3 more plays.
They give it off here to the tight end. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
You got to be ready for anything when you play defense against this head coach. That is not something you'd expect to see here in the red zone. But it winds up getting him a few yards.
On the sneak, it's Bridgewater. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Teddy Bridgewater scoring on the sneak from a yard out.
And the Eagles are able to answer the early 3 points and take a 1st quarter lead.
Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Prescott to throw it.
He'll get this out wide here to Elliott.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Inside give to Elliott.
To the 43, 2nd down. The Cowboys in trouble to start play, 6 and 8 on the year. Now, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So, you know, they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down.
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they followed them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll go again with Sanders. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 50 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Running right, here's Sanders. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
4 yards remain for 2nd down.
A give running left, it's Sanders. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, given where that drive started, that's an excellent job defensively to force them into 4th down.
The kick by Elliott is good, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the 1st half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Still in the 1st half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Problems on 3rd down so far in this 1st half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
On to punt now, Anger as he boots this one away.
And it's taken in at the 9. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Bridgewater. And this is caught by Watkins. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. A 1st down throw for Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. Oh, he's got a little daylight. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Well, whenever you call and run the hitch route, a lot of times that ball's got to be in the air before the receiver even turns around. That's the result of throwing it so many times in practice. Is really.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Dalton Schultz as the first half is winding down. And the Cowboys have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Extra point up and good by Garibay. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Micah Parsons in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Under pressure, and down he goes. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Prescott, he'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Micah Fitzpatrick. And the Eagles will take over here at their own 14-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
It was Osa Odighizuwa on the tackle.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 30 big ones.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. On the draw, here's Sanders. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Open man has got him, the tight end. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. He delivers another to Goddard, complete. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. Going for it with Sanders. And he is going to get the 1st down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. But Charles, in a tie game, you always wonder who's going to be making the big plays. Right now, it's not the offensive players. We're seeing these defenses step up and take control. Both of the last 2 drives have ended with interceptions.
They are certainly dictating this game, aren't they? Now it's going to come down to which offense can follow their defense's lead and step up in the clutch themselves. That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. Shoves him away. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, you don't become a 2-time rushing champion in this league without being able to shed some tackles, and Ezekiel Elliott does just that on this latest run.
Up the middle, here's Elliott.
And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Elliott running right.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field, then you're breaking away to that corner. That was well executed.
And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. They need their best drive of the game right here. Micah Parsons able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. To try again after the sack. Bridgewater. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Bridgewater to throw it. Over the middle, complete. It's Watkins. 5 yards remain on second down. Bridgewater. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Bridgewater. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Bridgewater now. This is caught. It's Brown. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 34-yard line. Bridgewater. This will be caught once again by Brown. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Got a man. It's Brown. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 14. They run with a man from La Tech. It's Boston Scott. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. False start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Here's Bridgewater. He's got Watkins on the out route. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3. To throw is Bridgewater. And a huge mistake late. It's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. He's at the 50. The 30. The 20. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Garibay on to attempt the point after. And the lead is up to 14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. And finally, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
It was T.J. Edwards who brought him down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
On 3rd down, Elliott.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 56 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at